This is Andre Banks with Banks Credit Chat, coming to you with a very interesting article about the Blues Visa credit card. It looks like a stimulus scam, but it's not. And with everything going on right now and scammers going on, especially for trying to target people for credit aspects, this article is very, very good in terms of at least getting the information that's necessary for you to follow out and watch out for, especially for this Blue Visa card, as they are still in debates about the next round of stimulus. And people still haven't received their $600 impact stimulus payment as well. So I'm going to dive right in an article, definitely one to pay attention to. I'm going to put a link inside the description. Daniel Brazil has been convinced for the past week that he just pulled the latest scam out of his mailbox when he could have been spending his $600 in stimulus cash. While some people are still wondering when their second round of stimulus money will show up, others aren't quite sure what's happening when a plastic bank card arrives in the mail. Is it a scam? About a week ago, Brazil said a Visa card popped up in the mail out of the blue. The card itself happens to be blue too, with stars all over it. The white envelope has a red notice printed on it claiming this mailing wasn't a bill or an advertisement. Instead, it was important information about your economic impact payment. The card was connected to the federal government stimulus payments. All you had to do was call a number to activate the second economic impact payment, which began rolling out to millions of people across the country in late December. Why am I getting a plastic debit card when I got a stimulus check last time? It's the question he was probably performing himself. But the Ford retired was skeptical. He knows that scammers are out there with all kinds of tricks. Someone called him claiming to be from Amazon about 2 hours after he called Amazon once. And well, he thought it was Amazon. So he exchanged some personal information that he wishes he wouldn't have handed over. That's a legitimate thing, especially people targeting people with these things. They may catch you off guard. After being had a couple of times, you get a little gun shy, Brazil said. So he couldn't understand why the Internal Revenue Service would supposedly send him his stimulus money on a Visa card when he received his first stimulus payment on a paper check last year. To me, it seemed like it could be a scam because I got an actual check the first time, he said. I was nervous about it before I even called the number, said Brazil, 63, who lives in Detroit. He called, though, put in the 16-digit number on the front of the card, and then the recording asked for the last 6 digits of his Social Security number. And that's when he hung up. Giving out the 6 digits of your Social Security number? What? The con artist only had to figure out 3 more, he thought, and they're set to go. So it takes a look like, and again, it looks like a Visa debit card, a Visa credit card. So I could definitely see why that would be skeptical. Yet Brazil was on the verge of being scammed. Being in the first week of January, the Treasury and IRS started sending out about 8 million prepaid debit cards for people to access their economic impact payments. The U.S. Department of Treasury noted in order to quickly disperse EIPs, some people who receive EIPs by paper check for the first round of EIPs might receive an EIP card this time. And some people who receive an EIP card for the first round may receive a paper check. Confused? Well, you're not alone. Is it a scam or isn't it? Many consumers are skeptical of these cards that are popping up in the mail. The Better Business Bureau is receiving calls from consumers who are confused about the Blue Visa card. Some seniors thought it was a scam and were going to throw it away, said Laura Blankenship, Director of Marketing for the Better Business Bureau, serving Eastern Michigan and Upper Pennsylvania. She noted that the consumers who have called so far describing legitimate EIP payment cards, and the BBB has been telling them not to destroy those cards. Instead, they can get more information about EIP at the EIPcard.com. Yeah, I definitely want just to click on that link at your leisure. Make no mistake, scammers are targeting the stimulus cash, but the scams often ask for money up front. That's the big thing that you know for scams, such as to pay tax on the stimulus or pay the State Department for a certificate that proves the funds are not related to any terrorist activity. Huge red flag. Anyone demanding money or credit card information so you can get a stimulus money is a scammer. Although the IRS isn't sending out emails, texting, or making phone calls about the latest round of stimulus payments, even so, the legitimate Visa card aspect of the stimulus rollout has had many people on edge. A similar scare took place back in the spring when I reported in May that some consumers were throwing away the first round of Visa debit cards that contained stimulus money on them because they looked like a scam. One woman even went so far as to shred the plastic card. Look at this. This card is issued by MetaBank, member of the EIP card. That's what some of the back looks like. Some 4 million people were set to receive the stimulus payments via the prepaid debit cards during the first stimulus effort. If you receive one of these cards, you must first activate your card by phone or online before you can use it. You're going to need to prove your name, address, or Social Security number to validate your identity, according to an online how to released in June by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. see consumerfinance.gov and search economic impact payment. The cards have no monthly fee. You need a 4-digit PIN to buy items like groceries and other goods at the store, but no fee is involved. Money can be drawn from ATMs in the Allpoint brand network without a fee. Spots in Metro Detroit include ATMs and CVS and Rite Aid stores, but there is a $2 fee for withdrawals at out-of-network ATMs. The first such withdrawal is free. You can go to eipcard.com to find the ATM locator and fee schedule. What do you do if you threw away the card thinking it was a scam? If your card is discarded or destroyed, according to the eipcard.com site, it is important that you call customer service at 800-240-8100 immediately and select the lost stolen option. When I talked with Brazil, he remained skeptical even after hearing how the IRS is sending these cards to people who received checks the last time like he did. He'd rather have a check. But he figured he'd find a way to spend the money and stay away from any possible fees. If it's legitimate, he told me. I'm just being cautious. Definitely an article that's worth your time. Worth your time for me reading it. And if you see anything that looks like this Blue Visa debit, it's not a scam. Find out the economicimpactcard.com and do all your due diligence. But I thought the article was worth your time, especially with everything going on these days. And credit being the number one advocate of how we exist today. So if this video has been of value, please subscribe, leave some comments, hit the like, smash that like button. And for my next video, the Banks Credit Chat, I'm out.